Hello, denizens. As promised, here is my final verdict of Apple TV's sci-fi series, Murderbot. I express my green light or not sentiments here, link in the description. But let me repeat my green light or not verdict. The total is 52 out of 100, barely a passing grade, and based on the fact that I don't believe the show has legs, I would not give it, would not greenlight this show. It could very well have a great first season of 10 episodes. As always, I'll report back after I watch all 10 and tell you honestly if I was wrong. But one character does not a series make, and I don't think I'm wrong. Well, I was wrong. Not about the final score or the badly realized supporting cast, but about two things. My point about how one character does not a series make, and I now believe I have a notion of how they plan on giving the show legs. There was no hint to that in the pilot episode. There will be spoilers. You have been warned. I can't recall another show with a lead so overwhelmingly charismatic and interesting that it could hoist an entire feeble effort onto its shoulders and carry it over the finish line and cause me to rabidly await each successive episode solely to see what was going to happen to Mr. Murderbot. Apple TV does not do the Netflix dump, as we all know. The supporting characters outside of Gurathin and occasionally Mensa were irrelevant and did not follow the simplest convention of TV writing, being you got to make every character unique to the point where lines are not interchangeable. Most of the lines were interchangeable in this show. And why on earth, or whatever planet this show took place on, wouldn't the writers and producers want to create a collection of interesting supporting characters? I'm not blaming the actors here. Think of any police procedural. Think of Norm or Cliff on Cheers. Every character must have a distinct voice as well as motivation. And Gurathin pretty much was the only one who really had that distinctive voice and motivation. Now, that I've seen all 10 episodes, I've got the notion that this group was supposed to be a Greek chorus of woke incompetence that gave Murderbot an opportunity for lots of very funny insults and wry commentary, as well as assorted opportunities to save these nitwits. And speaking of the bot, it is a wonderfully realized complex character, a security unit, a killing machine that is addicted to watching a space soap opera TV show called Sanctuary Moon. I love this for one specific reason. Sci-fi movies and TV shows almost always neglect that humans want to be entertained in the far future and even a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars had the Figrin Dan and the Modal Nodes band at the Mos Eisley Cantina, but outside of TNG's holodeck, Star Trek was shockingly bereft of what entertainment in the future might look like. Drove me nuts. Then again, I fully understand that realizing futuristic entertainment would be just as hard as making the core show, especially in the cases of Discovery and Strange New Worlds, where they couldn't even do that right. Think of how cringe most attempts at realizing future music is. Because Sanctuary Moon was a soap, it could be wonderfully bad, vague, and stuffed with the worst tropes. It starred John Cho and Jack McBrayer in ridiculous outfits and hairdos and brilliantly oversaturated color. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention Alexander Skarsgård's brilliant performance as Murderbot. The guy was hilarious. The sole reason to watch this show. Sure, we watched the Rockford Files for James Garner. Did I turn it on to watch Angel or Becker or Rocky, Rockford's dad? No, not really, but without his excellent supporting cast, Rockford wouldn't have worked each week. Plus, they provided lots of B and C plots. Murderbot was pretty much only ever about Murderbot, except for the girth and B plot. Perhaps that's how the books were written, thinly executed supporting characters. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. The DEI casting only emphasized the woke incompetence of the crew, so maybe I was also wrong about that in my initial assessment. I honestly didn't get the ironic nature of the pilot, if that was in fact its intent. I think many of us are suffering from woke PTSD. My final verdict is that I was wrong. I loved the show. I'm excited about season 2. I still stand by the fact that the supporting characters should have been much better drawn. It would have only enhanced the collective ineptitude and made for a better show. I hope this is fixed. As far as does the show have legs, here is my thought on that. It's only an assumption, an idea theory, but if you want to avoid a big spoiler, stop right now. In the final episode, Murderbot leaves this crew of humans to seek another adventure someplace else. My guess is that each season will have the botster find a new gang of idiots to put up with. It's a unique idea, and it makes perfect sense as this group has been thoroughly mined. Those of you familiar with Martha Wells' series will probably say that's how each book was written. I will say the collective affection from this first group, who, you know what, quite honestly, I started to like, and their wistful disappointment that they will not see their sec unit again, who they had grown to love and care for, was genuinely emotional. It was a great emotional moment. So congrats to the cast and crew for pulling that off. It's ironic that Murderbot was the most human character in the show. Perhaps that was also on purpose. Bravo! Did you see Murderbot? What did you think? Are you looking forward to season 2? Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.